to mention, but I do think they're neat. The 1952 Superbird quarter. Have you ever heard the story on these?
No.
So, 1952 Superbird quarter. People noticed in 1952 that some of the quarters had a little impression on the chest of the bird that kind of looked like an S. And people thought, oh man, exactly. The first thing they thought is Superman. So they still really don't know whether it was just a coincidental damage to the die, or if some Mint employee was goofing around and happened to be a Superman fan. So Superbird quarter was born.
That's funny. That is absolutely great.
So I think, plus, just those interesting different coins that have come out of the Mint, whether it was by design or by somebody else's design or by complete accident. I think they're really a lot of fun and interesting things that are out there just by either necessity or mistake.
Well, I think that it was interesting to me how quickly I found so many of them, that are just truly rare coins that I used the entire span of the United States Mint. But I mean, if you think about it, there's so many of them that you can collect, even from the modern era forward.
Yeah, I think that and I was more mainly thinking about modern stuff, but I love your list even better than mine. So I think we're just going to go with that.
And now, the coolest thing, to walk into Matt's store.
I don't know how much better an intro you can get than that.
It's amazing. It really makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
It's velvety. It's rich.
Yeah, it is. I hate to say it, but it's like sexual chocolate.
There you go, Ilya. Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate.
Official sexual chocolate of the
If I had that voice, I would walk up to every woman and say, "Hey, baby,"
Oh, you think he doesn't?
Oh, I guarantee he does. I would. I would do it all day long until I got slapped, and then probably still keep doing it
some more.
Right. Well, that really sounds a lot like sexual harassment.
So, anyways,
it's been a pretty interesting few
months.
Yeah, at the shop we've been buying all sorts of crazy stuff.
Well, this is great because I know it's going to be something really cool because it's been so long.
It's been a pretty long time. And actually this is a coin that we just picked up a couple weeks ago. But we bought a pretty historical piece, and I think I might have even bought others before and talked about them. But every time I see one of these, I think I got to talk about it. We bought an 1857 S $20 Liberty that was recovered from the wreck of the SS Central America.
Okay.
And this coin is certified by PCGS as MS64, and it has also received a CAC sticker.
Okay, so it's a mid-state rescued from the bottom of the ocean coin.
This coin sat at the bottom of the ocean for 200 years after going down on a shipwreck, and then was recovered by a submarine, brought back to the surface, conserved, and still field.
Sorry, what?
Now it's gold. Conserved. You can conserve gold. These coins, gold is a very interesting metal. It hardly ever does it corrode.
The copper is what tones in the gold coins.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the gold.
It's not the gold. So you can get gold coins that can sit at the bottom of the ocean for 200 years and still come out of the water looking like they just went in. So that's kind of the case with this coin. It has just a little bit of slight discoloration, but nothing unattractive. It's actually kind of pretty.
It's an 1857S?
57S, yep.
So let's see. It went down on Central America. I just want to think about this. Didn't that go down in the Eastern? Like in the Caribbean or something like that?
No, I think it was off the Atlantic coast, I
Okay, that
believe.
makes more sense. I mean, they have San Francisco coins in it.
Let me find out.
This is where Mike
Do-do-do-do-do.
derails the show. Doo-dah.
It was off the coast of the Carolinas.
See, there you go. It was on the East Coast.
Well, it was coming up the Atlantic. It was coming up the Pacific. It left the Panamanian port of Cologne,
Or
sailing
Colin.
for New York City on this particular trip. On this
A
particular
3-hour tour.
on this particular leg of the trip, it left Panama and was heading to New York.
Yeah, no, it's wow.
And apparently, it sunk with just about 10 tons of gold.
So clearly, okay, so the coin's in really good shape, but it is certified by PCGS to have the provenance that it goes back to that shipwreck, and that clearly brings some sort of a premium.
I mean, the coin itself, before these coins were discovered, these particular coins in these grades were almost unattainable. They were ridiculously expensive. There were some coins to come out of the Central America that were unique, that had never, in particular grades, they found certain coins in mint state that just had never been seen before.
Okay, and I mean that makes sense because I mean it's hard to circulate when
Yeah,
octopus prints don't leave,
right.
clearly.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that so they sell for a huge premium because they are conditioned rarity coins more
Yes.
than anything else.
That's exactly right.
Okay. See, I would think that there would have been some sort of cachet associated with it, and therefore that drove the market. And you're just telling me
It
that,
helps.
yeah, it helps,
It
but
helps.
it really doesn't when it comes down to it because the grade of the coin is what sells the coin.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, these particular coins are rare enough still, even with this discovery, to still, for example, this coin we have for sale at $11,000.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you have to mortgage your house for this one?
No, I mean it's not that much, but it's definitely a lot of money for a single coin. And that's just again simply because of the rarity of this particular date and mint mark, and also the provenance of being from the Central America. But so there's that.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So
It was a cool
it's
coin.
for sale for 11,000.
Yep, definitely is.
Cool.
Fun coin. I enjoyed the coins of the Central America. I bought and sold several of them. I always kind of get that little bit of a spark back in my eye when I see these coins again. So definitely a fun coin.
This is Steve Roach from Coin World, and you're listening to the Coin Show podcast.
There you go. We're all over the radio. We're Coin Show Radio. We're Coin Show podcast. We are. But you know what? We are. And that is
finally
the important part. It's fun when it comes together like this. It was really easy. It was really simple. And we just kind of got together and we threw this conversation together. And I'll tell you what, this isn't going to take anything to add it. But man,
I bet not.
I mean, what a great idea. It was just knock that one out of the park. There you go, Maddie.
Oh, why, thank you, sir. It was really, it was nothing.
Good. When you come up with your next genius idea, let me know, and
when I get a spark.
Yeah, we'll go through this again because this was awesome and it was entertaining, and I'm quite certain that this will satisfy the 10 or so people that like to listen to this, and I really look forward to them listening. So we do want to thank Andy.
All 10 of you.
And, if we knew your names, we would personally thank you. I know there's Chris, and I know there's Barry, and Dave, and there's Matt,
Steve,
and
what other generic names can we pick?
No, I was actually picking
Joe?
real people though, that I know of. There were some actual people that listen.
I was just rattling off male names.
Yeah, no, I was,
Thank you.
Yes.
Random male name.
Thank you for everybody. We love that. But no, thank you to Andy for posting our stuff on our Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
He's been doing that more lately. Well, he had some kind of personal problems come up, and he seems to be settled down, and he's back, and he he posts some really great stuff, and I always like the content that he does, and that kind of helps keep our thing going. For when we aren't on the podcast talking to each other, it just gives us something. So thanks to Andy. Thank you, Matt. Thanks to me.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody who listened. And let's see. So for the Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll talk to you next time on the Coin Show. But yes.
Oh no, that's types. There are a few that in the more monk you may have. You think about high and low.
Hey, dude.
Numbers. Hey, what?
You are like coming in and out really, really bad.
Okay. How about now? Any better?
No. Eddie Vedder?
Any better?
Eddie Vedder?
Testing, 1, 2.
That's better.
3, 4.
That's better.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead.
You ready? Okay, so
that is absolute radio gold.